When solving a quadratic equation, the first thing we want to do is to make sure our equation is in standard form. And in this case, you know it is because it equals 0, as you can see right here. Since it equals 0, we can go ahead and find our a, which is 5, the number in front of the squared term there, b, which is 2, which is the number in front of the variable to the first power, and then the c, which would be the number all by itself. Now that I have my a, b, and c, we can go ahead and find the discriminant. The discriminant being b squared minus 4ac. So my b is 2 squared minus 4 times my a is 5 times my c, which is 4. Once I put that in my calculator, I discover that my discriminant is negative 76. Once I have the discriminant, I can go ahead and plug in everything into the quadratic formula, which goes as follows. X equals opposite your b plus or minus radical your discriminant all over 2 times your a. Once I plugged everything in, I will go ahead and start to simplify my equation. Alright, the first thing I notice is I have a negative under the radical. All negatives under the radical, which you can see right here, turn into an imaginary number, I. So we'll go ahead and rewrite x equals negative 2 plus or minus I radical 76 all over 2 times 5 is 10. So we're just about done simplifying this equation. The next step we want to do is to simplify that radical 76. So when we're trying to simplify that radical, we want to think what perfect squares can go into that 76 if it's not a perfect square itself. So looking at a perfect square sheet, we know that 4 and 19 go into 76. So when I rewrite this, I'll go x equals negative 2 plus or minus I, and then radical 4 times 19, because 4 times 19 is 76. So the perfect square 4 goes into 76 19 times, and it's all still over 10. So now, to finally simplify and be done with this problem, we can go ahead and take the square root of 4 out. The square root of 4 is 2, so I'll have x equals negative 2 plus or minus, and the square root of 4 is 2, and then I. And radical 19, there's no more ways to simplify that, so we leave it all over 10. Now, just when you think you're done, you need to, before you finalize your problems, make sure that you can simplify or not any of what's there, the rest of the problem. So if we look, 2 can go into 2 once, 2 can go into this 2 once, and 2 can go into the 10 5 times. So we're going to go ahead and rewrite this problem. X equals negative 1, because 2 can go into 2 once, plus or minus 2 can go into 2 once, I radical 19 all over 5. And now we're done. In your final answer, you didn't necessarily have to put the 1 in front of the I. You could have just said plus or minus I radical 19. And then you're done.